It is all out civil war within the Republican Party. The moderate Republicans are finally pushing back against the MAGA lunatics. And on CNN's Sunday show, Representative Tony Gonzales, a moderate from Texas, dropped an absolute nuclear bomb on Matt Gaetz. Check this out.
Nice to see you all. And we have a real live actual House Republican congressman here, Tony Gonzales of Texas. So you voted yes on the foreign aid package. Do you have confidence that at this point, given that it is still possible that Marjorie Taylor Greene will push to kick him out of the speaker's chair, that he can survive?
He will survive. Look, the House is a rough and rowdy place, but Mike Johnson is going to be just fine. I served 20 years in the military. It's my absolute honor to be in Congress, but I served with some real scumbags. Look, Matt Gaetz, he paid minors to have sex with him at drug parties. Bob Good endorsed my opponent, a known neo-Nazi. These people used to walk around with white hoods at night. Now they're walking around with white hoods in the daytime. What didn't surprise me that some of these folks voted against aid to Israel, but I was encouraged to see by a nearly 10-to-1 mark that Republicans supported our allies on the battlefield.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay, indeed. Tony Gonzales not playing. This all comes after the House passed Ukraine funding this weekend, which was a huge loss for the far-right flank of the Republican Party, led by Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people lobbied Speaker Mike Johnson tremendously to not put forward this aid unless there was some severe measures for the southern border. But Mike Johnson was caught in a pickle because Donald Trump doesn't want to see the border get fixed. He needs that issue to run on in November if he has to have any chance at all at winning. So Mike Johnson, after receiving some classified intelligence briefings that told him Ukraine was on the verge of defeat, decided, I've got to do the right thing. And he put forward that Ukraine aid, and it passed overwhelmingly. So, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz are having a meltdown. But the funny thing is, they did not put forward their motion to vacate because they don't have the votes. Mike Johnson has decided to sideline those far-right weirdos and work with the Democrats instead in some sort of coalition government. Now, will this be a kumbaya moving forward with the Democrats holding hands with the Republicans? I highly doubt it. There's not really any legislation that has to pass between now and the end of September, which is when the federal government needs to be funded starting October 1st. But Tony Gonzales wasn't done with Matt Gaetz and his crew. He had some parting words at the end of the segment. Check this out.
I have never heard, I've heard you say a lot of things. What you just said at the top of this discussion was intense. And is it your sense that, well, I'm just asking from your own opinion and own perspective, you're trying to put them in a box and put them in a corner?
Members are tired. We're exhausted. It has been a brutal Congress, but we're also dug in. And, for some reason, these fringe people think as if they have the high ground. They do not. I assure you, the rank and file members that normally are kind of easygoing, doing the right thing, put their head down, they vote yes or no, but they're not public about it. Those days are over. The fight is here. And this whole pushing, if someone's going to poke you in the chest, the way you take care of a bully is you bloody their nose. And that's where we're at. We're at a point where we're just trying to govern. And that's what Mike Johnson has done. Govern in an honorable way. You do not leave your allies on the battlefield to bleed out. I know that because I served 20 years in the military and 5 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. The politics is pretty thick right now, but we have to stand up now more than ever. I think you're seeing Republicans go, we want to govern.
Well, it looks like the moderate Republicans are ready to take back their party from these MAGA lunatics, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I've seen these moderates step up to the plate before and suddenly lose their spine when push comes to shove. However, this intra-party fighting within the Republican Party is wonderful for the Democrats. Watching the Republicans butt heads and attack each other as the source of the problem is only going to be good for the Democrats come the November elections, which are fast approaching. So, good job, GOP. Keep tearing each other apart.